So we just moved the babies onto fresh grass. Looks delightful in there. These guys will soon be big enough to have access to open areas. They're not quite there yet. You can see, oh, I better just close this so no one jumps out until we get the water up. This is where they just were. It's like a desolate wasteland. They were there a little longer. We should have moved them yesterday, but we were haying and didn't get to it. And then this is the succession of where they have been and how we've moved them, getting further and further away from today. The green patches are where the water dish and feed dish are. But in here you can start to see growth, again, regrowth. And then major regrowth here. And look at this. This is starting to get like crazy. Still see some leftover waste there. But you can still kind of see the outline of where it was. You can see kind of up around. That's where it was. And then here we just have insane regrowth. And this is where they started. So you can really see the differences on things and how green and growing that is. But you can also see that where they have been, what's growing back is mostly decent grass, which there's something to be said for that, because look at where they haven't been. There's bare ground, there's weeds, there's really not much. I mean, it's not even half decent pasture. So this is what moving the birds on your pasture can do. It has taken it from this wasteland of uselessness to this lush growth of usable pasture. And yeah, I mean, I showed you just how it regrows. You can see where they've been, and you can see what it looks like when they're just moved. But the difference it makes in the pasture is amazing. You want to keep them somewhere just long enough to build up some good manure. Like I said, they were here a little bit long. But yeah, that's how we do it. You feed the soil and look after the soil with fertilizer and graze down the weeds, and the soil feeds you. This is how you look after your farm. A farm is only as good as the dirt and land it's on. Yeah. There's a herd coming up. Oh, they're hoping we weed the garden. They're like, please come weed the garden for us. We want our snackies. This is the older group. They were part of the younger group. They were all together earlier and we separated them out. These guys are almost fully feathered. And they're baby feathers. Now we haven't been moving this hut because they have access to outside. They have their food. They've got water. They've got all this pasture area. They only go inside at night. Got some out here. But it might be time to move this hut. We might just shuffle it back over here, just so that they got nicer space at night. But yeah, this is the setup that the other guys will be in soon. So they've got a net fence, keeps them safe, and they can roam. I've got these guys here. Some geese and chickens in various ages. Normally I'd have had these guys out on pasture by now. I'm a little short on shelters. I need to make another shelter. All 3 of mine are in use. Another week or so, those guys will get moved into here, and these guys will get moved into there. Well, the setup I have for now, it's hardware cloth on the bottom. Below that goes this vapor barrier, and I put some shavings on it so that poop doesn't stick to it too bad. And then in the garage here, so I lay the vapor barrier on this, step it down, fill it with some shavings, and then the box goes on here. So all the droppings, all the wetness, all the yuckiness, all the poop goes through the hardware cloth, and it's kept away from the birds. So the birds are kept very clean. And that's how I like to do it. And then, yeah, when it needs changing, we'll bring the box out here, they get some sunshine, we'll dump the yuck where it needs to go to fertilize stuff, and hose it off. Later in the day, we'll pop them back inside.
Later in the day.
Yeah. So I wanted to bring you over and see the bucks. This is Oberon here in the black, Braveheart's brown. Just wanted to show you how good these guys are looking. Oberon's recovered from last year's breeding season. He's looking really good. He's got a nice little fat layer under his skin. He has beautiful stretchy dairy skin. Soft fur, and they're just big sucks. Big sucky buckies. Sucky buckies. Braveheart's neck is thick as a tree trunk. This guy is growing up to be quite impressive. Guys, you're too sucky. I can't get good pictures of you. But yeah, these guys are doing just fine. I know I don't show them much. We don't see them much. But they are 50% of my herd. As far as genetics goes, they're very important. So yeah. But look at the shine on him. He's doing good. You too, Braveheart. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Yeah, my sucky buckies. It's nice to have affectionate sucky bucks. It's easier to work with them. Look at the hair on this guy, though. He's just wild. He's got this shawl of hair. I'm really not seeing your best side there, dude. This mane all down his back. There we go. It's a little bit better. I'm going to be using both of these guys this year. Last year I just used Oberon. So both these guys will get some action, and maybe 1 or 2 of my kid bucks. I gotta see. I gotta set out the family trees and figure out my breedings for this fall. But all the big mamas that have had kids before, they're gonna be bred at the end of August and September. And then all the younger goats, this year's kids, they'll be bred end of November into December. And then we're going to have just a ton of kids for next year and does and milk. Look at the size of his neck. Oh my goodness. Powerful goat right there. Very powerful goat. And he decided to prove it. I was hoping to get good pictures without the fence in the way, but it doesn't look like that's an option. Braveheart, you're just such a hairy beast. So different from Oberon. One thing I like about Braveheart's genetics is his mom had some milk testing done, and she was testing out at like 13% butter fats. So that's one thing I'm excited to bring into the herd more, is up the butter fat. even though he's quite rugged and not quite defined or refined. Not quite as dairy, but he definitely has the genetics for that. Here's the ladies and Sweetie here. Hi, Sweetie. Need your nose rubs? Well, Frost joined us. I just want you to see how good these ladies look. Their fur is glistening. They're sleek and shiny. In particular, you can see Cinnamon in the back there. She's extra shiny. Everyone's doing really well. The kids are growing like crazy. This year's kids are already almost the size of last year's kids. Last year's kids had stunted growth because of parasites, but we got that under control now. Yeah, we just gave him one of the bales that we brought up out of the field. Hi, here's Moo Moo with the pink collar. Right behind her here, this Angel. This is Annabeth, Annabelle. So they're loving the fresh hay we got. There's Tiny. She's last year's kid. The herd is doing very, very well. You can see way off in the distance the buck kids. They're also doing well out there. Frost, you're not making this easy. You're making my camera jump around. Frost is literally just like circling my head. Doesn't Cinnamon look gorgeous just shining like that? Cake over here's got a beautiful shine on her now. That's how you know they're healthy, when they're all slick and shiny and looking good. Happy, happy goats. Right, Frost? You're happy and healthy too. I know. You are. You are. Yeah, I'm all done up in my sun gear. Can't get sunburnt. Alright, I think that's going to be it for today. I think that's a good amount. So, this is Grace Meadows Farm for anyone new. We're starting a farm from scratch in Northern Ontario. And yeah, please like and subscribe and get notifications so you can see all the new videos. Look at him go, little Mr. Muscles. Yeah, we're back at the haying. Looks very different up here in the mow now. He's got good aim. Look at that. That's my man. I better help stack these neatly. So, sad day. We've got this here. We left it here yesterday because we lost the bolt that connected the PTO, which is the power takeoff, which powers all of this. And that shut us down yesterday. We were haying. We got that field over there done yesterday and in the barn. But this put a stop to things. And then it rained and rained and rained and rained overnight. So we're taking off the wet bales. There should be some dry ones underneath that we can save. We're just going to dump the wet bales into the reeds there. And then take these up and get the good ones in the barn. But everything still lying on the ground here is done. It's a lost crop. That's okay. This is a pretty small field. 5 acres or less. And we got lots and lots and lots and lots more that we can cut. Just not this week. So yeah, a little bit sad. We couldn't get it done before the rain. The forecast said there was a good chance it would miss us, but no, it hit us pretty good with some thunderstorms. So that's where we're at. You saw us stacking what we got done earlier in the day, and losing that bolt was what made us stop, and it was already almost 6 o'clock at that point in the evening anyways. So yeah, now we're on cleanup. I better go help.